I'll do Sanguine's bidding. What do you say, little mortal? Have you come to enter my service? You have made a very good choice, mortal. Uncle Sanguine is far more fun than the other mortals. There's a friend of mine I want you to meet. A Khajiit by the name of Maik the Liar. You'll find him near the city of Al-Daedroth in the north. Ask him about his birthday, and he'll certainly set you on the right path. Go now.
Mutsera. Greetings. Maik knows many things. What is your interest? You seek knowledge. Maik has much, some of it verified by actual facts. You wish to become a lich? It's very easy, my friend. Simply find the heart of a lich, combine it with the tongue of a dragon, and cook it with the flesh of a well-ridden horse. This combination is certain to make you undead. Dragons. Oh, they're everywhere. You must fly very high to see most of them, though. The ones nearer the ground are very hard to see, being invisible. Horses. Oh, Mike loves horses, especially with good cream sauce. You would wish to ride upon a beast? There is a way. Go to one of the many Silt Strider ports and pay your fee. You wish one for personal use? Bah! Walk if you must. Run if you are chased. Moving corpses? This sounds frightening to Maik. The undead are nothing to be toyed with. Maik does not know this word. You wish others to help you in your quest. Coward. If you must, search for the Argonian Imlit, or perhaps the Big Nord, Rolf the Uber. They will certainly wish to join you. There is no mystery. Maik knows all. The dwarves were here, and now they are not. They were very short folks, or perhaps they were not. It all depends on your perspective. I'm sure they thought they were about the right height. A horrible thing indeed. If you see one, let Maik know. Maik wants to make sure to look in the other direction. Climbing ropes that hang is too difficult. Maik prefers to climb the ones that are tied horizontally. You seek the shrine that is no longer there. An interesting concept. Look to the seas to the west. There lies what was once the shrine. Take a deep breath and begin your search. Maik has heard of this. They've got all the money. Mud crabs taking over everything. They already run Pelagiad. I have only met one, but he was afraid of the water. Ah, the beauty of the naked form. These Dunmer are rather prudish, are they not? Of course, there is an island you can reach filled with wonderful, naked, glistening bodies. It only appears when the moons are full, the rain falls, the seas run red, and it's Maik's birthday.
What is this about?
What's your story?
What is this about, Breton?
You want something? Good blessings. Have you come to bring us something special to drink? I prayed to the gods. Not sure which ones, but someone to bring us the Outlamate party starter. Have you ever heard of ancient Dagoth brandy? Yes, it's a very rare substance found on Vardenfell. Do you want to be our hero and do us a solid favor? We would all love to have a bottle to toast with. Oh, and bring one for yourself too. You wouldn't want to miss out on the celebration, would you?
Hey, you're called, right? And you know a wizard by the name of Atrano Drenham, correct? He passed through our town not too long ago. Left me this note to give to you, and he also gave me this purse to give to you. Jeloise Merard, a commoner here in Tain, mentioned that her mother from out of town is coming for a visit. Oddly enough, Jeloise didn't seem too happy about it. I know that Fellaspire, a commoner here in Tain, has a special ring, an enchanted ring. I don't know how she came to possess it, but I know it must be really precious because she keeps it hidden in her house behind locked doors. Heading out for the wilderness? There are 2 locals in Tain whom you should talk to before doing so. Medesia Radas, the scout at the Trade House, can tell you a lot about the areas surrounding Tain and will also offer training. Then there is Nolviza Telrith, a retired adventurer, who can probably tell you a great deal about survival in the wilderness. Her home is right in the middle of town. Yes, we have one available. It's 10 gold for the rest of the day. Do you want it? Good. The bet is yours. The room's upstairs, 4th door on the right. Enjoy your stay in Tain.
Did the guild send you? Get me out of here. That warlock is mad, I tell you. I must say, I find you most interesting right now. Please, go ahead. Thank you. You're probably wondering how I wound up here, right? Well, the Mages Guild set me to investigate rumors of some magical experiments, but when I got here, that crazy Dunmer zapped me with some shock spell I've never seen before. Before I passed out, I heard him shouting about thieves trying to steal his research notes. Look, I'm hightailing it back to the Narcissus Guildhall, but those notes sound valuable. Recover them and I'll make sure the guild knows what you did here.
Hey, you. I'm in a bit of a predicament here and would greatly appreciate your help. Do you see this tomb behind me? I really need to get a bone old cuirass from in there. Yes, don't worry, I'm not stealing it. This tomb belongs to my family, and as far as I know, I'm the only one left. I know what you're thinking of. Why don't you just get it yourself? I'd never get out alive if I tried. We, in House Lalu, are many things, but hardened fighters we are not. So, what do you say to helping me? I'll make sure to make it worth your while. Perfect. I remember visiting this tomb with my parents when I was a little kid. The cuirass is definitely in there, placed among the offerings. Just grab it and bring it to me. I'll be waiting here. Good luck.
Stop right there.
Go ahead,
What were you doing in my family's
What do you
tomb?
need?
I bet you were trying to rob it at the behest of that slime goddess. He forfeited all of his rights to any inheritance when his dishonorable parents abandoned House Redoran at its darkest hour. Wait, did you actually manage to recover the bone-old cuirass? I know what we can do. You see, I'm a salaries too, a true one. Why don't you just give the cuirass to me? I will ensure it is used in the way our ancestors intended and not sold on. Yes, it only makes the most sense that you give it to me. Salaries have been members of House Redoran for millennia. A Redoran Salaries smith made this cuirass. A Redoran Salaries warrior wore it in battle. I am a Redoran Salaries, so I should have it. What should be more convincing is that if you were to give it to Gavis, he is just going to sell the thing. He knows not what honoring your ancestors is. I do. Now give it to me. Thank you. You made the right choice. I will make sure that it is well taken care of in Old Murrock, where it belongs. And here, I took some potions for my visit to the tomb, but did not end up using these ones. You should take them for pacifying the restless spirits. It is a stronghold of my
He's a
house.
hard man,
It is my post, my ancestral home. From there, House Redoran watches over the Thur, and I am honored to assist in that sacred duty. Now that I have it in my possession, I'll escort this thief away from the tomb and then head back to the stronghold.
Why did you do that? You choose something as abstract as honor over my life? You've ruined me. Leave me alone.
I'd turn back if I were you. I stumbled into a trap here. Look, don't worry about me. I got into this mess by myself, and you're liable to get yourself stuck too if you're not careful.
Are you here to discuss your orders, or is there something else you want? Are you here to discuss your orders, or is there something else you want? We need an Ashlander informant. I have heard of a fellow in Aldrun named Hasur Zainsubani, an Ashlander who left the Wastes to become a wealthy trader. They say the Ashlanders like to give and receive presents. Take these 100 drakes. Find out what Zainsubani likes, and get him a gift. Then give him the gift and see if he will tell you about the Ashlanders and the Nerevarine cult. Then report back to me. To reach Aldrun from Balmora on foot, take the road north from Balmora to Caldera. Exit Caldera through the northwest gate. Though Aldrun is nearly due north as the racer flies, the road swings far to the west to avoid the ash wastes, curving around at last to the east, even southeast, before approaching Aldrun. It is a long trip through desolate lands and easy to get lost if you leave the road. Alternatively, pay for passage on a silt strider. Hasur Zainsubani is an Ashlander who left the wastes to become a wealthy trader in Aldrun. I'm not sure where to find him, but I'd try the Aldskar Inn in Aldrun first. That's a more respectable place than the Rat in the Pot or the Council Club.
I am Hasur Zainsubani. May you bless and be blessed. I do not wish to be rude, but if you have business, speak it, for I am at leisure and would prefer to be alone with my thoughts.
Hand it over and come back later.
This is suitable.
Dunno.
I see. You wish to learn of Ashlanders from me, and what is it that you wish to learn? A curious question. A gift is a sign of courtesy among strangers and affection among friends. Among strangers, a thoughtful gift is a sign that you are cautious and considerate and aware of the other's wants and needs. Such is particularly useful for traders and travelers. Among friends, it is a private thing and subtle, with great risks, for the test of the gift is how well it is tailored to the receiver. Ashlanders may challenge a stranger who enters a yurt without invitation. Customs differ with different tribes, but leave when requested, and you may be forgiven. Be particularly careful about Ashkans, tribal chiefs, and wise women, tribal seers and counselors. Some are welcoming, some are hostile. Be courteous and leave if requested. If offended, they may attack. Yes, a gift that shows you have taken the care to learn something of the receiver. For example, I love poetry. No stranger could be expected to know this, but a book of poetry given to me by a stranger shows the giver respects me and has made a special effort to know and please me. But now I have answered your question and would like some time to myself, if you will excuse me. What can do for you? Yes, what is your business with me?
These are nice, but the brown ones seem
This
to last
is a
longer.
gift for me. I am amazed. A copy of Ashland hymns. Simple sentiments, simply stated. I gratefully accept your gift. My people have never loved the written word, and I lament their ignorant scorn for such common yet potent magic. I thank you, and I honor your courtesy. It would please me to return your courtesy by answering your questions. What would you wish to know about the Ashlanders and the Nerevarine cult?
The brown ones seem to last
There is
longer.
too much to tell. Here, take these notes. I've written here what you should know about the Ashlanders and the Nerevarine cult. But most of all, if you are visiting a camp, there are things you should know about courtesy and challenges among the Ashlanders. And since you ask about the Nerevarine cult, perhaps you'll be interested in my views on the Ashlanders and foreigners, because a guiding passion of the Nerevarine cult is their hatred of foreigners. When challenged for sport, it is acceptable to decline. When challenged for honor, it is shameful to decline. Honor challenges come from offense given in speech or action, or may represent customary formal challenges of status or ritual. I am too old to travel now to risk the beasts and bitter blights of the wastes. Now I sit here warm and savor my imported Cyrodiilic brandy, while my adventurous son, Hanat Zainsubani, assists me in my trade, seeking out sources of fine ebony and fetching them at fine prices. Margan is a small village north of Aldrun. A road runs from Aldrun towards Nisus to the northwest, and Margan to the north. Take the right branch at the fork to reach Margan. But it is a long and difficult road, and outlanders may get lost. The silt strider goes from Aldrun to Margan. It costs little, and you don't risk getting lost. I wonder at my son. He has been so long away without a word to his father. Surely he wishes me to die of worry, so he may inherit this fine brandy. He has proposed to chart the rarely visited ancient underground complex at Mamea, west of Red Mountain. If you should chance to see him in your travels, chide him and tell him an old man longs for news of his son and heir. Most Ashlanders wish all foreigners and their false gods could be driven from Morrowind. At very least, Ashlanders wish the foreign devils would leave them in peace. Ashlanders think it shameful to attack unarmed persons, but they will kill without hesitation an armed person who offends them or their clan laws. No Ashlander is fool enough to make war against the Empire. However, if such a war might be won, many Ashlanders might cheerfully give their lives to win such a war. You have my notes. They worship the great Ashkan and Hortator, Nerevar moon and star, who in ages past destroyed the evil, godless dwarves and banished the treacherous Dagoth-Ur and his foul hosts beneath Red Mountain. The cult is of small consequence in Ashlander worship, and only among the Urshilaku do its followers have any influence. Others Ashlanders' tribes share the sentiments of the cult, but regard the Nerevarin prophecies with suspicion and skepticism. All Ashlanders in a tribe, young and small, are born into the ancestor cult of their clan. The Nerevarine cult is different, though. It is a very small cult, with only a few wise women with the gift of prophecy, and a few holy warrior heroes who guard and protect the seers. Sulmatul, Ashkan of the Urshilaku, is the warrior protector of the cult, and Nibani Maisa, also of the Urshilaku, is the oracle seer of the cult. I have heard it said that prophecies foretell the return of a reincarnated Nerevar, who shall drive the foreigners from the Ashlands, and who shall cast down the false gods of the temple and restore the true worships of the ancestors. It is a dream that would appeal to every Ashlander, but it is thought but a silly ancient legend, and little more, by many Ashlanders, myself included. The Urshilaku are the Ashlanders of the northern Ashlands and the West Gash in the northwest of Vardenfell. Ashkan Sulmatul is their chief, a brave and respected war leader, and warrior protector of the Nerevarine cult. The Urshilaku camp moves with the herds, but usually lies close to the Sea of Ghosts. The Urshilaku camp moves with the herds, but usually lies close to the Sea of Ghosts, north of the village of Margan, on the northern coast of Vardenfell.
I have knowledge to share with you. Are you here to discuss your orders, or is there something else you want? Thanks for your report, but keep Zainsubani's notes on the Ashlanders. You'll need them. I'm promoting you and sending you to the Urshilaku camp to speak with Sulmatul and Nibani Maisa. But before you go, I think it may be time to tell you what's going on. The Emperor and his advisors think you have the appearance of meeting the conditions of the Nerevarine prophecies. That's why you were pulled out of prison on His Majesty's authority and sent to me. So you could satisfy the conditions of the Nerevarine prophecies and become the Nerevarine. Here, this is a decoded copy of the coded package you gave me when you arrived. Read it later. It should explain everything. As you'll see in the decoded message, the Emperor and his counselors say you have the appearance of satisfying the conditions of the prophecy. Do you really satisfy the prophecy? Are you really the prophesied Nerevarine? At first I thought we were just supposed to create a persuasive impostor. Now, I don't know what to think, but I'm sure of one thing. This is not just primitive superstition, and we will treat it seriously, just as His Majesty commands. So, Zainsubani says Sulmatul and Nibani Maisa at Urshilaku camp are the heads of the Nerevarine cult. So I'm sending you to speak with them. Tell them your story, and have them test you against the Nerevarine prophecies. As heads of the Nerevarine cult, they can best judge whether you satisfy the prophecies. When you've spoken with them, report back to me. Here's 200 drakes for expenses, and pick up essential supplies at Fort Moonmoth. Those were the good old days, eh? Believe it or not, I was an apprentice once too, but that was a long time ago. Before you go to Ursulaku Camp, see Samutis Vunis and Crulius Pontanian at Fort Moonmoth. I've asked them to put aside some potions and scrolls for you, courtesy of the Emperor. In particular, you'll want the cure potions. I hear the blight is very bad up north, and use the Divine Intervention scroll if you find you're in over your head. It will get you safe to an Imperial cult shrine where you can heal, refit, and try again. The Emperor and his counselors say you have the appearance of satisfying the conditions of the Nerevarine prophecy. I'm still skeptical, but it's hard to believe this is all just coincidence. The package you gave me described the prophecy's conditions, and you seem to match them. An orphan and outcast. A youth born on a certain day to uncertain parents. Standard vague prophecy stuff. I can see how it would be nice to have a Nerevarine in our pocket, just in case. But the Emperor and his advisors seem to think this prophecy is genuine, whatever a genuine prophecy is. And we're going to take it seriously, aren't we? Zain Subani says the Ursulaku camp lies close to the Sea of Ghosts, north of the village of Margan, on the northern coast of Vardenfell. The fastest, smartest way to reach Margan is to take a silt strider from Balmora to Aldrun, and from Aldrun to Margan. In Margan, look for a scout named Nuleno Tedas at Margan Outpost. She'll be able to tell you how to reach Ursulaku camp.
Welcome. Jorvar Horsemouth is my name. Master-at-Arms is my trade. I'd be happy to share a little advice or Morrowind lore with a fellow blade. Or maybe you'd like to catch up on the latest rumors. Hello again. Is this about my trade? Or are you here? Yes, I can train you. And maybe offer a suggestion. If you're going exploring, get yourself an enchanted weapon or some scrolls or both. Can't harm a ghost without an enchanted weapon or magic. Galbadir at the Balmora Mages Guild usually has a selection, and can also enchant items for you, if you can afford the charged soul gems she sells, and if you can afford her enchanting service. I am Jorvar Horsemouth, Master-at-Arms and Apprentice of the Blades. I'm a blade too, and I report to Caius like you. You're welcome to use my bed to rest, but leave my other stuff alone, please. I monitor smuggling along the Bitter Coast, and the job's too big for me. They move moon sugar, skooma, raw ebony, Dwemer artifacts, you name it, through Hla Ohad and Nar Mok. With the coast honeycombed with smuggler caves, and Kamonatong locals carrying tiny packages overland by night, I'll never catch them, but maybe you'll have better luck. The Master-at-Arms at Fort Pelagia at Angaril is a good source if you are curious about the Master-at-Arms trade in Morrowind. He's a little long-winded, but he knows his stuff, and he's always willing. Talk to everyone. Talk is cheap. Ask questions. You don't ask, you never learn. In case you didn't know, weapons and armor are less effective when they get worn out. Repair them yourself if you have the skill, or take them to a smith for repair.
Welcome. Can I tell you about the Imperial cult? We invite you to become a lay member. Yes, Caius said a friend was heading into the backcountry and would need some potions. I've given you cures and fortifies. There's no charge. But if you'll take my advice and you can afford it, stock up on the cures. There are no Imperial cult cure altars north of Aldrun. The one at Nisus is far to the west. And we've heard many recent reports of diseased creatures and blighted creatures in the northern wilds. Welcome. Can I tell you about the Imperial cult? We invite you to become a lay member. Caius said you'd come by. I've chosen from my best scroll stocks. I don't know your preferences or situation, but blessings and barriers always come in handy. Purity of body sets you up amazingly in a fight. And of course, divine intervention gets you safe to an Imperial cult shrine when all else fails. Here, they're paid for. Now, I don't know your budget, but you might also want to browse my selection for scrolls to suit your own personal style.
I don't believe I've seen an Outlander with such a grand outfit in some time. Can I help you? Ursulaku camp is due north from Maargan, but high ridges lie in the way. From Maargan, head east past the Silt Strider, then take a trail north to the Foyada Banidad. Follow the Foyada northwest to the sea. A shipwreck at the seamouth of the ravine is a landmark. Swim east around the headland. Pass east through the ruins of Asurnabitashbi Shrine. Avoid Daedra here. They're powerful and aggressive. Urshulaku Camp lies east of the ruins, inland in a low hollow.